Rusty's Crypto Cave here. Today we got a new piece of hardware in to play with. This is a screenshot of Braiins from a video that I recorded but didn't have any audio, so I had to redo it. So I'm starting it over. But this is basically before I went out into the shed. I already went out in the shed and did everything, but this was supposed to be recorded beforehand and yada yada yada. I done screwed up already. Before the video even started, I screwed it up. But anyway, this is what Braiins was running before the hash board, because the new piece of hardware is a Braiins control board. It's a BCB 100 control board from Braiins. But let's get out in the shed and then go check things out. Alrighty, we're out in the shed, and here is my S19J Pro 104 terahash model. It's currently set at 2,900 watts. If you didn't notice at the very beginning of the video with the little intro there, I had the Braiins OS up. I was setting at 2,900 watts. It's actually running probably less than that, which we're going to see exactly here, because right now we have, this is the breaker it's on. It is showing 5691. And we're going to be shutting this one down. And the only other thing running on that breaker is the S19J Pro Plus, I think it is. No, it's the S19K. Sorry about that. Yep, they're mixed up. This is the S19K. That is on that breaker as well. The J Pro Plus is on the blue breaker. So I can never remember which one's on which. But so then once that one's shut down, we'll see what the delta is to see what the difference, to see what the power usage that is on the K right now. So I'm just going to yank these cords and unplug it, and we're going to see what we got. That one's shutting down. So the S19K Pro is pulling 3,044 watts. So it was what, 2645-ish, somewhere around there, is what the Pro Plus, or the 104 terahash model was pulling. And currently the S19K is at a terahash setting of 130. So it's pulling about 3,000 watts at about 130 terahash. So let's get this 104 model torn apart and get that Braiins control board installed, which, let me take the walk over here. Check it out. I already opened a box, so it's not going to be like an official unboxing or anything. But that is the box it comes in. There is the control board. Looks like a typical control board, except for it's black, a little snazzy. And it looks like they give you a little keychain too, which is kind of neat. I'm guessing that's what it is. I don't know what the hell else is on there, what you could use it for. But it says X19 dongle, but who knows? To me, it's a keychain. But that is the board that we're going to be installing. These are the three plugs for the hash boards: exhaust fans, intake fans, PSECU controller is that little guy right there, and then the main 6-pin for the 12-volt power. It does have your normal your Ethernet, your IP report, your reset, and an SD slot there as well. One of the nice features with this control board, it's 99 bucks, and there is no dev fee. So currently, if you use Braiins OS, you have a 2 or 2.5% dev fee that you pay. So now I'll put this in my 104 model and have a nice hash, and I should be able to get a little bit more, 2 to 2.5% more rewards, because it's not paying the dev fee. So. But I'm going to get this 104 torn apart and get this installed and get her up and hashing, and we'll see what she's doing. Alright, here is the old Xilinx board that I am taking out of it. As you can see, those are the fan spoofers, which should not be required on the Braiins board. I believe it has an immersion mode, so I shouldn't need those. So I'm going to put it back together without them. And then this one had Braiins OS installed on the SD slot, which is usually required unless you can get them to install it somehow remotely if you have an AM Logic board, which this one originally had, but I purchased a Xilinx board because I wanted to install Braiins, so that's why it's on the SD card. And then this is the new one that's going to be going in. So it just slides in like you normally do. No biggie. Just going to get in the slot. Now, I don't remember where I put my faceplate, so I'm going to have to look for that. I think it's in a little baggie in the house with all the screws and stuff for the stock fans and everything, because actually the stock fans are still over here. And that's a bunch of crap pile up here. There's the plastic bags to put in the vents. But I don't think it's in here anywhere. No, I think I took them inside. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little more organized here. I'm just kind of tossing shit everywhere. But anyway, I'm gonna get this thing screwed in, get her up and running, and then we'll go back inside and hop on a computer and see how she's hashing away. Alright, you got it back up and running. It wouldn't turn on without the fan spoofers in, so I put them in, and it still didn't turn on right away. And guessing I didn't have the power cables completely seated, because then I was jiggling them around and then it kicked on. So still undetermined whether you need the spoofers or not, but I don't think you should, because it does have like an immersion mode in there. But I had to go track down something like a chair, or end up finding a cooler to stand up there, so I didn't have to already tighten up the exhaust hoses and stuff like that. So I had to pull this cooler in to be able to reach it. But let's go inside, hop on the computer, and check things out. Alright, here we are back in the house. This is where the 104 was shut off and what it left off at. Temps and power usage and stuff. And we've seen like the power usage was right around 2600-ish watts, 2640 or so. And it was getting around 100 and some terahash, the 24-hour hash rate just under 102 at like 2600 watts. So that was pretty good. The new IP is right here. So we'll enter. Maybe. Alrighty, and we're back. For some reason my Wi-Fi went down or whatever it was, but default password is root and root. And we'll save it, why not? Alright, so now we have to get in here and set up our pools. So that's under configuration. Alright, this is the S19J Pro Plus. So I need to get this information. Copy and paste that over here. And Jesus. Doesn't take long to unlock. Copy this. Sorry about the dogs barking, getting wound up. Somebody just drove up the street. Password 123. Hang on a second, I'll be right back and get those dogs to settle down. Alrighty, I put it in dark mode. I think the dogs settled down for a little bit. We'll try, see what it's like. But went into system under settings, saved it to dark mode, save. Go back to configuration, performance. We're going to have to go do the auto-tune thing. Let's see. Enable auto-tuning. We're going to do a power target of 2900 again. That's what I had in there before. Actually, let's drop it to 27. Yeah, we'll start off at 2700. We'll give that a whirl and see where we end up at. So hit save. Actually, save and apply. Back to pools or dashboard. Not sure what that is, but I know I do need to restart. Just gonna reboot the whole device and give that a whirl. We have no connection to the licensing server. We'll have to figure what that is. I'll be right back. Alright, not sure what I did, but maybe I just had to give it some time, but it finally started hashing. The tuner is running right now. So this is going to run for a while. I have it set at the 2700 watts power target, so it's just going to keep on running. When the Braiins OS did it before, it did it for a few hours, and until it settled on the optimum frequencies and voltages and stuff for the control boards. And it looks like with that auto tuning enabled, you have the option of messing around and like fine tuning some of the frequencies and stuff. But we're gonna let this run. It's still showing currently 2475 as far as watts goes. The S19K Pro was showing right around 3000 watts, and I believe that is what was in the software. Because when we were out in the shed, we saw that it showed 3040 something watts or so. So let me get in. See if I can log into that one. That one is 15. This guy. Yeah, so that was actually pretty close. That's showing power usage of 3078, and it was about 3040. So that's awfully close. And that is running a 24-hour hash rate. A little bit lower, but 126.3. But real-time hash rate is 129.2. And this has been up and running. This has been up and running for a while. I've had it set at this. You can see the chip frequencies and stuff, voltages. So this is the Epic control board, and then I have the S19K Pro on the Epic, and the S19J Pro Plus 120 is also on the Epic. I'm just trying to reopen the same one. I'm just going to close that. So we're back into here. So I'm going to let this run for a while and see where she settles out at. I'm thinking it's probably going to be in the 90 to 95 terahash range, somewhere in there is probably where it's going to settle out at. I believe that's about where it was before. I'm actually going to pull up the Emporia app and see where the breaker is. So I believe that is probably around 5400 watts or so right now. So we can see that shows at 2547 there right now. Actually, I'll run out to the shed and take a quick clip of where the power usage is at right now. There's the breaker now. It shows power usage at 5490. And we're just inside, and it showed about 2547, I think, as far as power usage goes for the S19J Pro. And it was at about 3040 before, so there's about 2440, 2445 is about the watts it's pulling right now. Currently in tuning mode at about 100 or 93 to 95 terahash or so, but it'll take some time to settle out. But maybe I'll do a short tomorrow or something like that once it settles out to give you the final target. But now that's it for this video. It's a little bit of some adventures, setting everything up. I'm not sure why it took so long to be recognized and it's giving me that licensing error, but I'm going to do some research and see if I can figure that out as well. But until the next one, we'll catch you later.